Hello, my name is Rich Howard, owner of Architectural Builders Supply. This video is to bring you a closer look at the Rockwood number SP1053-613. This video is to simply show you this bolt, what it looks like, but then to show you some information that may be more useful than just a video of a bolt. So this is what's going to be used in a Type 1 HD mount from Rockwood, which means it's a through bolt. It is 5/16 diameter. So type 1 means through bolt. This will just have literally a countersunk washer underneath it, which is an SP1054. I happen to have, well, I can tell you what this client's doing. So here are the washers. That's what's called a finish washer or a countersunk washer. The client ordered 4 bolts, 4 finish washers, and then 4 cone head unions. And the reason for ordering these bolts is probably because something was ordered wrong to begin with. This would be used when you have a back-to-back mount or a surface concealed mount where you would use a cone head bolt. So the fact that the client now is going to through bolt this tells me that they're reworking something, because if the pull handles were going to be through bolted originally, there would be holes drilled and tapped in the back of the architectural metal itself that this would thread into. You wouldn't use cone head unions. You would only use unions like this if you had the interior half of a set back to back, where you're going to put your bolt through the door, thread it into the exterior, then that's going to have a cone head feature on it that the inside pull handle will go on. You'll tighten it with a set screw. So there's some reworking that's happening here. I did take this client's order, but it's been 3 weeks, so I don't exactly recall what we were doing, but they're obviously repurposing something. Or it could be that they had a surface concealed, where you have just a tiny little bolt that you drill and tap into the face of an aluminum or steel door. Maybe that installation has failed, and they've said, you know what, through bolt it through the door. So you can do a Type 1 through bolt. This is HD because it's 5/16 and not 1/4-20, which would be a Type 1 only. Or you could do a Type 12, which is the same concept except that it has a decorative head on this side, a little more aesthetically appealing than those countersunk washers. 2 1/4 inches the length, and that would make it perfect for an 1 3/4. Let's see here now. What am I doing here? It's about 2 in. The door thickness, I think, on this is going to be closer to 2 1/4 is what we're doing on this. That's got to be what the client's working with. Oh, no, I know what it is. The fact of the matter is because that cone head union is going to consume so much of this, and that they do have an unusual door thickness is why that bolt's a little bit longer. Otherwise, it would be a little bit closer to about 2 1/2, something in that range, because you're going to lose about a 1/4 inch for the washer. You want about 1/2 inch of penetration into the other side, and that's what's happening here. Let's look at the supporting documentation now. If you are enjoying this video, please click thumbs up or like, and also please consider subscribing to our channel. Let's move on to the rest of the video. Okay, here's the item that we are looking at. Let's take a look at some photographs that we have here first. When you do a 5/16, it becomes an Allen drive. It's no longer a number 3 Phillips, which is what a Type 1 would be, or just the 1/4-20 thread size. And I don't remember that part number, but we'll look at it in a moment. So there's your bolt. This is the 613 finish. They're obviously powder coating the head of that bolt so that it is 613 equal. You know, it's not a bronze bolt with an oil rub finish. It's just a steel bolt. Okay, now extended description information. 5/16, 18, 2 1/2. It's used for a Type 1 HD. There are different mount types from Rockwood. This is part of what you need for a Type 1 HD. There's a table down here of its sister products, the ones that are immediately related to it. We're looking at the 53, the SP1053. It's right here. The 1/4-20 bolt is here. Its washer is here. The SP1053, its washer is right here. They do a 3/8 as well. and it's the SP1001. And then to continue with that theme, we do have the countersunk washer for 3/8. And then I had mentioned the decorative bolts. And here they are. It's just a nice little cap that you see here. Now there's also a link down below, Rockwood Mounting Kit Parts Master Table. Click here. Let's do it. Let's click. So this is going to be a 3-page document that's going to list different bolts from Rockwood. We're doing some SP1068s, if you recall, the cone head unions. Then we've got the 1053s and the 1054s. You're looking for different bolts. Here's a good document to start with. There's no doubt about that at all. Bear with me. Okay. Every bolt on here, sooner or later, we sell. The very common bolt, the SP1025 is the most common bolt that we sell. The point of that tells me is that there's probably the majority of quarter 20, what would probably be a type 5 through bolt. So we sell those bolts all the time. My opinion is if you're designing back-to-back poles, don't use quarter 20, use something heavier, because we sell a lot less 5/16 bolts. 2 reasons. There is just less out there, but also I would argue that they're stronger as well. You know, if you've got a restaurant or a nightclub, a tavern, a bar, go with the thickest bolt you can. These aren't grade 9 bolts. These are just standard mild steel. So design those pole handles to take the thickest bolt that you can put on there. Many of the things that Rockwood does, the handles won't take a 3/8. But if you're doing something that's back-to-back, and it's very high volume, go with the spanner style. Extremely heavy duty where you are bolting the pole handles to each other. Airports, bus terminals, concert venues, you know, stadiums, go with the spanner style, 3/8 spanner. Now, there is a link below this video, as seen here, to the manufacturer's page. When we click on that, that manufacturer's page will indeed load, where we can review not only all of the Rockwood products we sell by means of that horizontal navigation, but also a link to the manufacturer's website, as well as a link to the full catalog and other catalogs that we have here, prior versions. What I'd like to point your attention to would be, this is the door accessories full line catalog. Here is the architectural door pole catalog. We're talking about door poles. Here's 100+ pages, basically an idea book of all things Rockwood pole handle related. So if you're looking for the typical type of, let's say, Rockwood regular D pole, which is here, you don't have to accept that sort of pole handle. You've got 124 pages of options. So if you're not sure what you want, take a look here. Also, though, on that manufacturer's page, I'd like to point out to you the Mounting Kit Parts Master Table. This will have the same information in the back in terms of a listing of the different bolt types here that we just looked at, but there will be a definition of the different mount types. I've thrown around Type 1, Type 1 HD. I said Type 5 earlier as well. This will allow you to see what the different types of mounting are available from Rockwood. Then, in the beginning of the document, they actually show us a listing of all of their poles and what mounting types are permissible on them. If you try to order something with a Type 1 XHD and they don't do it, they may not come back to us first and say, hey, by the way, you can't have what you want. They might just substitute it. Rockwood would, I know from firsthand experience, Rockwood would appreciate you doing the work to make sure that you can get the mount type that you want on this material. Okay, let's wrap up this video on camera. If you are enjoying this video, please click thumbs up or like, and also please consider subscribing to our channel. Let's move on to the rest of the video. Now, when it comes to Rockwood, that's a company that I'm extremely partial to for a number of reasons. Exceptional quality, exceptional fit and finish. Every time I get something from Rockwood, it looks like it's been made by a company who has total command over the manufacturing process. That's one reason. Great value, that's another reason. A third reason would be exceptional technical support. A fourth reason would be the willingness to accommodate any request, regardless of how bizarre it is. I've had Rockwood make me strange material in the past. Here's an example of it. I've sent them a drawing. I need a custom filler plate is what I need. I send them a drawing, tell them where I want the holes, they do it. Tomorrow, in fact, I will be making a custom electrified deadbolt. Rockwood's sister company, Rixson, many years ago made a 401 DR electric deadbolt. That's not this, but it looks like this. It's an electric deadbolt, okay? The faceplate it comes with is attached. Well, the Rixson 401 was this, let's take it out of the bag. It's falling out anyway. Was the same back here. It's the same functionality as this gizmo. However, the Rixson 401 has a really strange size. Hollow metal frame. Yep, this is definitely it. Hollow metal frame. You can't go re-prepping stuff. So what happens is, I have a client with a 401 DR that they need to replace. Can't get a 401 DR. Can't modify the frame. It's fire rated. I'm not permitted to make modifications in the field. Rockwood has made me these custom plates where I then remove this plate. I drill the 3/4 27 thread style in here and then bolt that body right down to the modified plate. So when I say that Rixson is willing to accommodate requests regardless of how bizarre they are, no other manufacturer is as willing as Rockwood is to accommodate these requests. Literally, if they have the machinery to make it, they're going to make it. And they're happy to do so. So tomorrow, in fact, coincidentally, I'll be tapping that hole for the 3/4 27. I'll be making sure this fits onto the unit, and my client will be able to continue to get useful service out of that 401 DR installation, which probably occurred in the 90s. Forgive me turning my back. I just had to put that all away. And that's how that's going to be. So those are 4 reasons. 5 would be when you call customer service, the people that are there, the gals that I speak to there, and the gentlemen, they're just so expertly trained, it's ridiculous. It's just, they possess a total command over the subject matter. You don't need anyone. There's lots of people who make trim and auxiliary hardware. You don't often find a reason to look past Rockwood. Any questions on the SP1053 and a 613 finish, and obviously available in other finishes so that they're complementary to the hardware, or any other Rockwood product, please feel free to reach out to us. And thank you. Again, thank you for watching, and if you've enjoyed this video, please click thumbs up. Please subscribe and maybe even send the video to someone that you know. Thank you.